Welcome to Universal Love, a sanctuary for spiritual seekers on the path to enlightenment. If you have been driven here, it is for a good reason. You probably heard about the fifth dimension at some point in your life, but you may still wonder its importance in our spiritual evolution. In this video, we'll tell you everything you want to know about dimensions, especially what the fifth spiritual dimension is, its importance, and the other existing dimensions. So make sure you stay with us until the end. Let's begin with explaining what are the dimensions of life. This is a topic that can become confusing, because there is much discussion about them, but it doesn't seem clear what they truly are. One reason for this lack of clarity is the difference in terminology used by people to talk about a single concept. Additionally, while some believe there are 7 dimensions, others believe there are 12. What one person considers the 5th dimension, another may see it as the 7th. It's important to first understand what a dimension is. In fact, it is simply a facet, or one aspect of something. A clear example would be observing any object and noting its differences, whether in color, width, height, texture, temperature, shape, etc. These differences represent dimensions. The same can be said for observing a person. We can see their physical dimensions, as well as the dimensions of their feelings, spirituality, ideas, and their inner world. How many dimensions are there, and how do we move from one to another? The reality is that there are many dimensions, in fact, infinite dimensions. This is because we can define as many aspects as we desire. There are numerous opinions on this topic, because it depends on the observer's consciousness. An observer may focus solely on an object's depth, width, and height, perceiving only 3 dimensions. However, if they observe another aspect, they may perceive 4 dimensions. The object remains the same, but the observer's state of consciousness determines the number of dimensions they perceive. When we hear that someone is in the 3rd or 5th dimension, it doesn't mean they are in different places, but rather that they may be perceiving more or fewer aspects of their current location. The higher their level of consciousness, the more dimensions they can perceive. It's crucial to understand that spiritual dimensions are not places, but states of consciousness. So then, what is the 5th spiritual dimension? Well, the transition from the 4th dimension to the 5th is similar to that from the 3rd to the 4th. Moving from the 3rd to the 4th dimension doesn't mean there are 5 dimensions, but rather that one starts to perceive another aspect of existence. Each time a person moves from one dimension to another, it means that their consciousness is expanding, because they perceive a new aspect of reality that was previously unseen. The 3rd dimension is being aware of the physical world, while the 4th dimension is becoming aware of thoughts and emotions on an individual level. Whereas the 5th dimension is becoming aware that everything is unity. It's the dimension of unconditional love and the unity of all existence. Many say that dimensions disappear after reaching the 5th, because as entering the 5th dimension, you realize that everything is one. And this is a significant and wonderful shift in consciousness. And what is the 5th dimension like? Regardless of what we call it, or what paradigm we maintain, if we tune into it, something significant is happening. Something new, something that has never happened before in history. Some are feeling it now, while others will eventually feel it, but nothing can stop it. Much has been written, spoken, and channeled about the 5th dimension, as well as humanity's ascension into this new realm of existence. Many people are having their own experiences, visions, and internal downloads about the 5th dimension. Visualizing the 5th dimension is beyond the capabilities of many brilliant human beings. However, contemplating the concept of the 5th dimension can be an intriguing and enlightening experience. The 5th dimension has been described as the dimension of love, where one lives fully from the heart and remains there. All mental and emotional baggage must be left at the door. There is no fear, anger, hostility, guilt, suffering, or sense of separation. Mastery over thought is a prerequisite. In the fifth dimension, people generally communicate telepathically and have the ability to read others' thoughts and feelings easily. Time is experienced differently. Everything happens simultaneously, with no distinction between past, present, or future. Many of us are having experiences, or dreams, that feel like visits to the fifth dimension. These experiences are stimulating, exciting, and full of hope, keeping us moving through the challenges that sometimes arise as we journey through the fourth dimension and into the fifth. The fifth dimension operates largely differently from the third and fourth dimensions. Time in the fifth dimension is instantaneous. All possibilities occur in the same place and at the same time. In the fifth dimension, we focus our attention, and the response or experience is reflected exactly where and when we are focused. In other words, ask, and you shall receive. In the fifth dimension, we don't have to go anywhere for our answers or experiences. Everything comes to us easily and effortlessly, based on the focus and vibration we choose to maintain at all times. When vibrating in fifth dimensional consciousness, we don't create with forms, as we do in the third and fourth dimensions. Instead, we create with patterns and frequencies of light. We consciously interact with the Creator and all beings of light. In this heightened awareness, the rational mind plays a minimal role, being in a small and specific focus, namely, the well-being of the physical body. But before we can move to our vibrational home, which is fifth dimensional consciousness, we must become masters of the vibrations and possibilities of fourth dimensional consciousness. This is the focus of change for most people as we head into the increasingly accelerated events of these times. So, how do we become masters of consciousness in the fourth dimension? The fourth dimension is the present moment of time, but the present moment actually has 4 different levels. In 2012, we all entered the third level, and since 2020, we have entered the fourth and final level in that category. However, the vast majority of people on this planet are not prepared to be masters of every thought, feeling, and action at every moment. Nevertheless, there is no choice. It's a basic skill necessary for higher consciousness in the fourth and fifth dimensions. One reason the third dimension was created was to provide a playground where everyone could practice and perfect the vibration of their thoughts and feelings. To achieve this, the playground in the third dimension has a long time frame for manifestation. There's a big interval between our thought and the manifestation or experience of that thought. Instead of focusing on what we want and allowing it to unfold over time, we spit out frustration, anger, boredom, worry, anxiety, and fear. We seek blame and all kinds of disharmonious thoughts and feelings. We behave as if we could think and feel anything with impunity because we don't see the immediate results of our thinking. But as the linear time of the third dimension collapses into a single point of the present moment, the time frame is collapsing as well. We have fewer opportunities to practice being aware of our mental and emotional habits before what we think becomes what we quickly receive. Fortunately, some simple energetic tools can help us manage our thoughts and emotions at every moment so we can be ready for unprecedented opportunities and create in the present moment in higher dimensions. One of these basic energy tools is allowing change to clear our unconscious thoughts and feelings. In simple terms, change uses a wave of light frequencies to remove what we are not, and another wave to remind us of who we are. Change knows where we have stored unwanted unconscious habits of reactionary thinking and emotion, and light is clearing all of this from our vibrations. However, as these lower thoughts and feelings are cleared, they will resurface in our awareness and magnetize towards us people and circumstances reflecting these chaotic energies. How do we handle these energies when they arise and we are forced to deal with them? If we could simply observe them with a sense of detachment as they arise, they would quickly disappear, as they are only appearing so they could be cleared. But if we cling to these chaotic thoughts and feelings, if we insist on feeling guilty or worried, if we keep arguing that, I'm not okay, or they're not okay, these energies won't disappear from our space. As change accelerates more and more, the journey will become a bumpy road for us. Let's remember that often, what arises doesn't even belong to us. Let's acknowledge that it is presenting itself just to be eliminated forever. Let's take a deep breath and raise our point of attention to a higher vibration. If you resonate with the information in this video, you've likely decided consciously or unconsciously to change along, in this life, with the earth, onto the fifth dimension. If so, you have the option to simply allow life to transform you. If you resist change, life will do the work for you. Alternatively, we can actively cooperate with the changes taking place within us. You can consciously set aside old patterns, release negative emotions, judgments, and thoughts, and work on maintaining your vibration high at all times. This effort will likely ensure that your journey through the fourth dimension be much smoother, and maybe even faster. But there is no right way to make this journey. Each of us must do it in the way that is best for us. One way or another, we will turn this journey into the new reality opening before us. Thank you for staying until the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with anyone you think could benefit from this information. Much love, and a great journey to you.